things we need to stop doing in diaspora, because like they say, when you're in Rome, you behave like the Romans. So we're going to discuss these things and see how it will help us navigate our stay as sojourners in foreign land. Like I said, today's topic is things we need to stop doing as a people. We have to stop doing these things. But before we start, like I always do, I ask to please that you like and subscribe to this YouTube channel so you can encourage us in what we're doing. This is a place to be. This is a place if you want to be taken serious, if you want the rest of the world to take you serious in what you're doing, your business, this is where to advertise your products. So, to start this show, again, we'll go to our proverb of the day. And if you look at your screen, look at how it said. Our ancestors said it right. It says, until the rotten tooth is pulled out, one must learn to chew with caution. Exactly. Until the rotten tooth is pulled out, one must learn to chew with caution. So we are in foreign land. We have to adapt. We have to do things the way they do them, according to their norms. When we're at home, we do the way we do our things. So, like I said, subscribe, like our YouTube channel, and let us go into the discussion properly. Take for instance, we are used to showing up uninvited. Repeat, we are used to showing up uninvited at the doors of our relatives, or doors of our children, our aunts, our parents, our brothers and sisters. They just, whenever they want to visit you, just like home, it is a carryover from what happened at home. And we all brought it we all took it across the world, and people find it very inconveniencing. It is not very respectful. We have to learn. This is not about, it's not our culture. No, we have to learn that the people we're going to visit, our children, our parents, our aunts, our relatives, they might have other things. Their off days are not our off days. We have to respect that. We have to call them ahead of the time to see if they're disposed to seeing us. That is one of the things we need to stop doing as a people. It will help us relate well with the people we live with. The next one is, how would I say it? Loading up people, or relatives with goods. Each time people tell us they want to go home, the next thing is we want to grab things and give to them. Look, just imagine 20 people, 15 people telling them to take things home. Where will they put those luggages placed? This is why we have become just eyesores. Repeat, eyesores at airports, in the planes, because we have too much baggage. Now, it seems as if it's the fault of those people traveling. But the truth is because of things that relatives in the country are giving those people to take home. It is so inconveniencing. Honestly speaking, that's why most people don't even tell other people they're traveling. You see, look at the consequence of this thing. People sneak out of the house when they want to travel. They don't want to let anybody know. It's only when they're in the plane or when they have arrived in Africa or wherever they get to, maybe India, Pakistan, or wherever it is. That is where now they call people around and say, hey, guess what? I just left yesterday. And then they'll be laughing, knowing full well that you don't have an opportunity of loading them up with one thing or the other. So please, when people come to tell you, it's out of respect. Not because they're asking to give them things to take home. Please, we got to stop those things. Stop those things. It's not good. They might not tell you. Yes, you say they don't complain. They might not tell you, but the truth is this. People really feel bad about it. We got to stop it as a people. It's a cultural trait we took from home. Yes, because of poverty. A lot of people want to send medication. A lot of people want to send things home. But guess what? Microwave, clothes. Where will they put it? You got to be considerate, please. People don't say something does not mean that they don't feel it. Please stop it. It's not good. Then the next one, like I said, excess load. And look, just go to any airport across the world. Look at us. Look at Indians. Look at Arabs. Each time we are traveling, we have 10 suitcases and all that. People are they don't say things, but they are just laughing at us. It doesn't make us look good. We got to stop that. Please. load up your things, know what bag, if it's Spirit Airlines, they don't take the same thing with United, they don't take the same thing with Lufthansa or British Airways. Look at the requirements, meet the requirements, do what they ask you to do so that you wouldn't be a problem. You go like other people, with ease, and cross, nobody's going to harass you. But when they see these things, the first thing, they put you aside, and then we complain, oh my God, look at how they treat me. No. We give people reason to treat us the way they treat us. We got to stop doing this thing, and then people will respect us because we obey the law. We got to do things the way they are, And then, what next? Please. We got to stop putting our hands on people. No, I'm serious. I said this last time, and then I'm saying it again. Yes, I was a soldier. Yes, I should have been accused of this, but I learned this quickly and through the hard way. We have to stop putting our hands on people. That our culture is silent over this does not mean it's acceptable across the world. Mothers should stop hitting their kids. Fathers should stop beating up their wives. Stop putting your hands on women. It will really, really put you in deep trouble. This is not about juju. This is not about anybody did to you. You did it to yourself. Leave the women alone. Do not touch them. If you do not like their actions, let them go. Let them go. Call the police on them, but do not put your hands on people. Yes. What next again? Like I said, excess load. Please, when you get into the plane, you don't want to take up the whole space. You are really, really, You're really, really taking more space. And then again, most of us, we complain, hey, when our mother or our parents come here, they cook as if they're still cooking at home. Frying things, and smoke fill everywhere, and then the fire alarm goes off, and then somebody somewhere thinks the house is burning and calls the fire service and all that. Guess what? When they call the fire service on you, you will pay for it. You will pay for it. And you think people don't like you because they call the fire alarm for you. No. Please, we got to respect the law. If you want to do that, it's okay. Open the doors, open the windows. Be prepared for this thing. Even before you put the onions and all that, the granite oil or something is hot as much as you can. Turn the stove off. Turn the burner off. Turn these things down so that you don't set off fire alarms in the place. And then again, hey, please, back in Africa, maybe even in India or even in Asia, people pray loudly. People pray with speakers. People really, I say it is disturbing the peace. People come home at different times from their jobs. We have to learn to pray quietly. Pray quietly. God hears us. God understands this. I'm serious about this. As immigrants, as sojourners in foreign lands, we have to obey and respect other people's rights, obey the law. Please pray quietly, pray in your room. God will hear you and act according to what you asked the Lord to do for you, your God to do for you. You are pray, but not disturb other people. These days, people even go to the plane and stand up and pray as if they're in buses in Africa. People move around. They got to stop these things. We have to respect people's people's space and all that. And then what is it again? Yes, some people from Africa, particularly when they move around, they use chewing stick either on the street or in the office. No, chewing stick is good. There's nothing wrong with it. It's like when you want to eat your hand or whatever. Please act right. Do it in your house. There's no problem about it. But people are not used to some things. There's some things we do that becomes problem, and people think, we are just, making things very difficult for other people that are difficult, aesthetics wise. Please, we do the right thing, and then it's equal for everybody. We have to be organized. We We leave everything on the last minute. When we want to take a trip and everything, it's always, call me this person, do this for me. And when they tell you they are not opportune to do that for you, you are angry, you call them wicked, they don't want to help you, they are enemies of progress. No. It is your fault. It is our fault. We have to organize well. When we organize well, things will work out for us. Again, if you have things to send home, you can always go to the post office, register the mail, send it home. It works out fine for you as a person, but not load it up on other people, not show up at people's door. No, that is not very good. It speaks bad of us. It shows we have no respect for those we do this thing against. And then above all, we have to have financial discipline. Yes, guess what? When you're here, everybody believes you have money. It is not true, but it's about time we have to stop lying to people at home. We're going to let them know the true situation and help, make it easy for everyone here than, hey, the street is paved with gold. No, we do 2 jobs, 3 jobs: caregiver, clean dead people, clean leaving people behind and all that. No, we have to have financial accountability, financial responsibility, and we have to save, plan ahead, because guess what? We're not going to stay here for the rest of our lives. So these are some of the things. And then maybe, our parents, honestly, there is parental, when we rear our children, there's a hypocrisy in the way we raise our kids. Men get away with mother. Our men, yes. People from diaspora, when we raise the boys, we let them get away with mother. It's not good as against the girls. The girls, we want them, we put our eyes on them, and that's why as soon as they leave the house, they act like anything you have ever seen. They become the worst set of people, and we wonder where did we go wrong. It's because of the bias we show, and this is because of the patriarchal society we come from back home. We bring it over here, and then everything the boys do, we say it's okay. We really don't put our eyes on them, but the ladies, we just try to suppress them, act as if we're still at home. Please, like I said, hey, this might not not everything I say here concerns everybody or is true or whatever, but whatever you know that is wrong, please, I'll be very glad to hear from you. I'll be very, very glad to hear from you so that, other people can learn from it, move on, thrive and succeed in foreign land, because we're all trying to do our best and survive. It's painful here, living home and all that, but we got to do the best we can to move on. That is it for the topic of today. We'll go to shoutouts. Before then, please, once again, I plead with you, help what we're doing here. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be very glad you did. We'll be very, very glad you did. And we'll go to shoutout. Look at the first person. I'm sorry, it's going to be a belated one, but there's a reason for this. Look at the first one. These are belated shoutouts, but not for people of color, because history has ignored them. At Diaspora Forum, we choose to recognize them, to call, to mention their names with pride and gratitude. The first person will go to New York. His name is Louis Howard Latimer. Look at it. Mr. Latimer was an African-American inventor and patent draftsman for the patent of the light bulb. Yes, I said the light bulb. He worked with Graham Bell in the invention of the telephone. In fact, a lot of people said if it were today, it would have been a joint invention between Mr. Latimer and Graham Bell. But then guess what? Guess what happened? We are all taught that Thomas Edison invented the light bulb in 1878, right? But his invention was a light bulb with a filament that only could last for 15 hours. However, look at this man again. Mr. Latimer invented the light bulb with a carbon filament to make it last longer as we know it today. Remember his name, Louis Howard Latimer. Let us give true credit to whom credit is due. Thank you, Mr. Louis Latimer. We appreciate you. The next person is Mr. Henry Boyd. Look at him. Frankfort, Kentucky. He was born into slavery in Kentucky in 1802. He invented the Boyd bedstead. Please look at his bed. It's a corded bed created with wooden rails connected to the headboard and footboard. The Boyd bedstand was so popular that historian Carter G. Woodson profiled his success in his iconic book, The Miseducation of the Negro. noting that Boyd's business ultimately employed 25 Caucasians and people of color employees. Although he had recently purchased his freedom, the realities of the time led him to believe he wouldn't be able to patent his invention. And guess what he did? He then decided to partner with a Caucasian craftsman, allowing his partner to apply and receive a patent for him. Such was the time. The U.S. patent made it possible for slave owners to claim the inventions of their slaves. Number 3, that is Benjamin Montgomery. Look at him. Benjamin Montgomery was born into slavery in 1819 in Mississippi. He invented the steamboat propeller, designed for shallow waters in the 1850s. Look at that. Montgomery applied for a patent, but his application was rejected due to his status as a slave. A slave is not a human being. Montgomery's owner tried, can you imagine that? Montgomery's owner tried to take credit for the propeller invention and patent it for himself. Well, even without patent protection, Montgomery made a lot of money from the sale of his invention to become one of the wealthiest planters in Mississippi after the Civil War ended. His son Isaiah bought more than 800 acres of land and found the town of Mount Bayou, Mississippi, after the death of his father. Yes, Bayou, Mississippi. It existed today. Thank you, Mr. Benjamin Montgomery. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. The practice continued until the arrival of Thomas Jennings. Look at him. The first African-American patent holder in 1821. He invented the dry cleaner. Invented dry cleaning. Yes, I said dry cleaning. So when you go to dry clean your clothes, remember who invented that act? The machine. And then followed by Norbert Rilets. Look at him. He was a free man who invented a revolutionary sugar refining process in 1840. Look at that. And then Elijah McCoy. Elijah McCoy actually obtained 57 patents over his lifetime. Take a look at that. How many of our students, how many of us colored people, we know these names? History has really suppressed their names so that we don't know them. That is why we have to revisit history and revisit what are taught in schools to our children. And then number 4, look at this. We know of Mary Slessor. We know of Mother Teresa. We have a Nightingale. But how many of us know? Look at these people. We go to Dahomey, Republic of Benin, about the proverbial Dahomey Amazons. Can you imagine them? These are the proverbial Dahomey Amazons, all women, the legendary Benin's fearless female warriors, the Mino or Minon, which means our mothers, or the Dahomey Amazons. They are all all-female military regiment of the Kingdom of Dahomey in today's Republic of Benin. They lasted until the end of 19th century. The British felt their true wrath. So when people tell you people did not fight against the slave traders, please point them to people like this. Point them to people like this. We're proud of them. The Dahomey Amazons. That takes us to the 5th set of women. 4 of these ladies, the 4 of them, they organized the Aba women riots, Aba in Nigeria. Yes, women. When men fell on their faces, namely Wanyeruwa, Ikonia, Mugo, and Wanedia. Look at them. Their singular action against the inordinate taxation imposed on the masses by the British colonial government marked the greatest resistance again the greatest resistance, a rebellion, an uprising the British imperial colonial rule ever faced in Nigeria, Africa in general, called the Aba Women Riots in 1929. The men were subdued. They gave in the face of oppression and tyranny of colonialism, but these women stepped up. Record has it that over 10,000 women were involved in this revolt, from Igbo land, Ibibio land, the Adonis, the Ogonis, the Boni, and the Pobos. To these women, Wanyeruwa, Ikonia, Mugo, and Nwanedia, we say thank you in memory of the Aba Women Riots. Once again, these are the shout-outs. They are no longer here, but we want history to remember them, that we, the living, we are proud of them. Hey, once again, please like our channel, subscribe, leave your comments below. We'll be very glad to hear from you. Remember, I'm a motivational speaker. I would very much like to come to your place and speak to you, the public, and listen to you one-on-one. We can exchange ideas and go from there. If you look at your screen, you see my contact information. I'll be very glad to hear from you and respond one-on-one to you. Above all, please keep in touch. You're doing a good job. You're representing. Do not bother about the few that try to damage our name. The hush puppies of the world. For each hush puppy, there's 1,000. Repeat, there's 1,000 of us across the world doing the best we can for our people. Thank you so much. Keep up the good work. God bless you. I'll see you soon. Emeka is my name.